One time this guy fighted me when I was young.
He fighted you?
Well, you know what I'm saying.
I do.
Past tense. But they made us hug in the hallway. That was the big thing
when it was over?
At our school. You had to stand there.
AI baby videos are all over the internet. And my question is, are they funny or are they annoying? We're going to get into it. Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, where we like to call it lies, hypocrisy, corruption, and help spread the light of truth and freedom, because truth conquers. And I do believe it will set us free. Now, the truth on these baby AI generated videos, are they funny? Are they annoying? I'll give you my professional comedian, scientifically derived opinion during this video. But first, we'll take a look at some of the examples going around. And these have, the past month, sprung up all over the place. If you open Twitter or wherever you like to mindlessly scroll, they're all over. And a lot of them are replicating celebrities, like big one going on. I mean, multiple versions of it. Baby Joe Rogan and baby Theo Vaughn. Pretty unique in the variations of it. So it's a new thing. And people are doing all these celebrities, a lot of them in podcast format, or a baby interviewing a dog. One reason why it's happening so much right now is because it can, and it never could before. But just because you can do something doesn't mean it's worth doing. So with these AI baby videos, we'll get to the scientific question. Are they actually funny? Or are they annoying? I'll give you my opinion. But first, let's take a look at a few examples going on. I'll also show you how these videos are made. And we'll start with the remaining part of the Theo Vaughn Joe Rogan podcast clip of fake babies. There's definitely something creepy about that.
All afternoon for literally probably maybe 2-3 hours with your arms on each other's shoulders.
After you fought?
Yep.
Oh, to make up with each other?
And he became one of my best friends after that. Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so I've got my skepticism, and I'll show you whatever degree you think this is funny. In a minute or two, I'll show you the very low-hanging fruit comedic principle that these AI baby videos are using to get people to watch. But first, here's baby Elon talking about Elon things.
Simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits. The interest rates, just the interest on the national debt, now exceeds the Defense Department spending. We spend a lot on the Defense Department, but we're spending over $1 trillion on interest. If this continues, the country will become de facto bankrupt. It's not an optional thing. It is an essential thing.
It is kind of fun seeing a baby and adult Elon Musk form. And by the way, here's another creator using the same Elon voice clip with, I think, a less good baby version. This one looks less realistic.
Simply cannot sustain as a country $2 trillion deficits.
A little more cartoon-like. And, you know, as a pretentious creator, I have judgment. Like, there's a real lack of originality that goes into these, because you see multiple people, probably countless people, doing their own version of the same thing because they saw someone else do it a month ago. Whoever the original person was that made the AI baby videos, hats off to them. Cool. That was creative. You probably never find them because there are probably 1 million that came out all within a day. Like, oh, that's an AI. I can do that. Let me do that. So I got my judgments, but what can I do? Here's another popular one. I don't think this baby is meant to replicate a specific podcaster. It is just a baby podcaster interviewing a dog.
We'll be talking to the weird-looking person who lives at my house. Thanks for being here, weird-looking person.
Well, thanks for having me. As you know, you are my third favorite person in the world, third behind the two larger people that we also live with. They're both awesome. So cool. You're fine. You know, and right now those two larger people are both busy and not paying attention to me at all, so happy to chat with you.
So to kick things off, I want to ask you a question, and
That's 30 seconds. That's plenty for me with my taste. I don't know how someone could get through a full 3 minutes of that, but all the power to them. And of course, all over the place, we see AI-generated versions of Trump, whether he's the Pope in Rome or Trump just talking to the camera. Here's baby Trump talking to the camera.
Say I fell asleep at a meeting in Saudi Arabia. Fake news. I closed my eyes for 2 seconds thinking, deep thinking, smart thinking. I just flew 12 hours. no sleep, straight into high-level talks. And guess what? I still ran the room. No teleprompter, no naps, unlike Sleepy Joe. They call it dozing off. I call it global strategy. America's back. Stronger, smarter, and wide awake.
Okay, so you get the point. Now, why is this funny? To whatever degree is that you think it's funny. I mean, first one I saw maybe a month ago, I'm like, all right, that's kind of funny. Maybe it registers like a 5 out of 10. And now I look at it and like, okay, that's a 1 out of 10 for me because you've just seen so many. The originality, the shock value is just less. But for the AI baby podcast video creators, there's a very simple comedic principle that they're leveraging. And when you're using AI, it makes it very low-hanging fruit, very easy to create something that has the structure of funny. And it's a comedic principle called the contrast principle, where you simply contrast two opposing realities. That could never happen. Very easy to do in a stand-up joke format, a little harder to do in a sketch format, extremely easy to do in a AI generative format. And here's the two opposing realities: baby talking like an adult, and specifically talking like an adult podcaster that you know, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn. It just makes the second part of the contrast reality more specific.
Elon called me. He said, you know, they're trying to drive us apart. I said, absolutely. No, they said, we have breaking news. Donald Trump has ceded control of the presidency to Elon Musk. President Musk will be attending a cabinet meeting tonight at 8 o'clock. And I say, It's just so obvious. They're so bad at it. I used to think they were good at it. They're actually bad at it, because if they were good at it, I'd never be president.
So it's funny because you would never see a baby having an adult conversation on the podcast. Normally it's just adults having adult conversations on podcasts. That's why that's inherently not funny. It's expected. But when you contrast these two realities, it's unexpected in our psyches, and therefore you can get a little chuckle out of it. We'll get back to the video in just a second, but first, I want to tell you about Boncharge's infrared sauna blanket. Because we're living in a new paradigm of health, where now even the common person has woken up and realized nobody's healthy by accident anymore. 73% of people are overweight and obese. We have 77% of young people unfit for military service. 6 out of 10 kids have a chronic disease. And it's not just disease you need to be aware of. It's the reduced quality of life, reduced energy that you have every day when you're not healthy. That's why I absolutely love my infrared sauna blanket. You can burn up to 600 calories in one session, flush out toxins. It's an excellent way to reduce stress, and I always sleep better. And I always keep in mind the study out of Finland that shows regular sauna use equals a 40% reduction in all-cause mortality. The infrared sauna blanket is the most convenient, affordable sauna system on the market. It's powerful, heats up quickly, cleans up quickly. I love mine. If you want to take responsibility for your health and how you feel and function on a daily basis, go to boncharge.com/JPReacts and check out the infrared sauna blanket. Be sure to use the discount code JPReacts for 15% off. And for even more savings, you should know all Boncharge products are HSA, FSA eligible, offering you up to a 40% tax savings. That's boncharge.com/JPReacts. Now back to the video. Another example that's leveraged this contrast reality very well is Family Guy, specifically with Stewie the baby. He's one of the more sharp-tongued characters on the show. He's doing devious things. He's raunchy. He's inappropriate. All things that you would never expect a baby to do. Family Guy's been able to do it for years because of their very expensive cartoon production. That's why if you've watched Family Guy or a show like that, you'd say, okay, that's kind of original. It's inherently got this structure of funny in it. And now, maybe to the dismay of Family Guy, it's very easy for anybody with a couple AI software programs to exercise this comedic contrast principle of baby in an adult world type of thing. Now, before I show you in very simple terms how they're making these AI babies, to the question, is this actually funny or is it annoying? My answer is both. Just depends on where you are in the life cycle of watching these AI baby videos. There's an infatuation phase where it's new, like, wow, okay, that's funny. Like the baby Theo Von just doing Theo Von things, and then you've got Joe Rogan, and then they're laughing. Look at the babies laugh. You see it once, cool. You see it again, like, oh, yeah, they made another one. Maybe it's still funny, but before too long, if you've got any level of sophisticated sense of humor, it'll probably go from funny to neutral to annoying. And that's just because the internet's getting way oversaturated with these. For something to continue to be funny, it has to be original. And there's not really anything original about these AI baby videos other than how they're presented. Baby's doing this. They're taking voice tracks from famous people we know. Most of them aren't even creating the voice tracks, writing their own original scripts. There'd be more of a life cycle to that if they were, but when they're just essentially pirating Joe Rogan podcast material, there's no originality in that. The only originality is we're doing AI babies, and that's quickly becoming unoriginal. Therefore, my prediction is that these AI baby videos, it's a current trend. I don't think they're anything that a creator can hang their hat on because the market's just getting way oversaturated with it. And before too long, I think there will be less just because people are over it. And people that want to leverage AI for their content creation, they'll need to start doing other low-hanging fruit. As they strike me personally in this moment, I'm in the annoying phase. When I see new ones come up, I don't click on them and watch them. It's like, I get it. The content isn't funny. The presentation is funny the first few times you see it because the presentation uses the comedic contrast principle. Two opposing realities that you wouldn't expect. You see enough of them, now you expect them. Therefore, the emotional movement that makes someone laugh ain't really there. I'm probably just a purist. Like, forgive me if I'm just like, hey, my comedic high horse. I don't think they're that funny. Yeah, maybe I need to go pee up a flagpole. Let me know that in the comments if you think I should. Now, here is a quick 45-second tutorial on how they very easily make these AI baby podcasting videos. Check it out.
If you've seen those AI talking baby podcasts and you've wanted to make one for yourself, I'm going to show you exactly how.
I definitely don't want to make one for myself. If I do, please send me nasty DMs criticizing my lack of creativity.
First, you need to turn yourself into a baby in a podcast studio. The easiest way to do that is to take a picture of yourself, upload it to ChatGPT, and then say create image, turn this person into a baby in a podcast studio. Once you have your image, you want to head over to a site called Dreamina. This is an AI that's going to take the image of that baby and turn it into a talking video. When you're there, head over to Lip Sync and then upload your baby image. Then just upload any audio that you want your baby podcaster to say. Once you're happy with everything, click run and you've got yourself a fully animated baby podcast host. If you want an in-depth tutorial of how to do this along with links to all the tools.
All right, and then whatever he's selling after that. But that's quick synopsis on how it's done. If you're remotely tech savvy, relatively easy thing to do. Admittedly, I might just be an old crotchety guy stuck in my ways. I love humans, and the more something is removed from humans in a way that's pretending to be humans, it's just not my style. I don't like it. I think it's pretty creepy. Yeah, the new stuff, I don't like it because it's new. But let me know what you think. Do you think these AI baby videos are funny? Do you think they're here to stay? Or do you kind of agree with me that it's like, yeah, it's a quick trend that's going to burn out fast? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll look forward to seeing you on our next video, and it will be non-AI JP.